and welcome to Flow class. This is a 60-minute class. Come to a seated position. You can grab a block or a blanket. Make sure your spine's nice and long. We're going to start with some pranayama, some alternate nostril breathing to help balance out the hemispheres of your body. You're going to take your right hand, hold out your pinky finger and your thumb, and fold the other three fingers in. We're going to cover our right nostril with our thumb, and we're going to breathe in through our left nostril. You're going to hold, remove your thumb, press your pinky on your left nostril, and exhale. Then we're going to inhale through our left, right, close it, open your left, and exhale. Inhale through your left, close your left, open your right, and exhale. Inhale through your right, close your right, open your left, and exhale. Inhale, close, open your right, exhale. Inhale. Continue 3 more rounds of your own. And come back to your normal breathing. Let's just start with some head and neck stretches. Take your left hand, reach over your ear, and we're gently pulling our head or our left ear toward our left shoulder. You can reach out with your right hand, just stretch out, feel that stretch in your whole, up from your arm all the way up to the top of your head. And you can tilt your chin and move your hand toward the back of your head and get a stretch in the back of your neck right here. And we're going to switch sides. Take your right hand, gently bring your right ear to your right shoulder, reaching your left hand out. And again, you can tilt your chin down and bring it back up. We're going to do some simple spinal twists from here. Take your left hand, reach over your right shoulder, bring your right hand behind you, and we're twisting. Inhaling and lengthening, and exhaling and twisting. Inhaling and lengthening, exhaling and twisting. And slowly come back and switch sides. Right hand on your left shoulder. Inhaling and lengthening, and exhaling and twisting. Inhaling and lengthening, exhaling and twisting. And coming back to center, we're going to come up to tabletop. And make sure your knees are under your hips, fingers are wide, pressing your whole fingers into the mat. Before we go into cat-cow, we're going to do some spinal articulation with our cat-cow movement. So as we stick our tailbone up and extend it, I want you to slowly think about your lower back, your lumbar spine, and you're slowly extending and extending your lumbar spine, then your thoracic, middle back, as you press, and then last, your cervical spine as your head comes up. So when we go into flexion here, we're going to start with our tailbone tucking. Our head stays neutral here, our tailbone tucking, our lumbar spine tucking, our thoracic spine tucking, and lastly, our cervical spine as we tuck our chin. And press our belly up, tucking our tailbone and extending our back up. And come Come back to neutral position here. Now we're going to do regular cat-cows with your breath. So inhaling, pressing up, your tailbone's up, your belly presses to the floor, your shoulders stay wide, and exhale. Inhale and extend, pressing your belly toward the floor, keeping your shoulders wide, and exhaling. Inhale and extend, and exhale and press up. Inhale and extend, and exhale and press up. Come back to neutral spine. We're going to go into some sunbirds. So you're taking your right arm, extending it out, taking your left leg and extending it out, trying to keep your hips even here. We're not trying not to lift up our hip. So inhale on the extension, and on the exhale, your elbow tucks and curls in to meet your knee. And inhale and extend. And tuck and curl. And inhale and extend. And tuck and curl. And inhale and extend. One more time. Tuck and curl. And inhale and extend. And bring it back to tabletop, neutral spine. Shake out your hips a little. And we're going to switch sides. Left arm extends. Right leg extends. Inhale, extension. Exhale, tuck and curl, elbow to knee. Inhale and extend. And exhale, tuck and curl, elbow to knee. Inhale and extend. And tuck and curl. One more time, inhale and extend. And tuck and curl. Coming back to tabletop, tuck your toes under. We're going to press up and just lift up our knees. Think about our shoulders being wide. And as we inhale, we're going to send that oxygen into the upper back. Keeping your belly tight. And we're going to press into our first down dog. You can pedal it out here. Pressing those heels down, opening your hands. As we're pressing into that down dog, I want you to think about your lower two ribs coming closer to your hips. So you're using your core, your abdominal strength to make that happen. And as you press, your spine gets a little longer, a little straighter, and your tailbone presses up a little higher. And we're going to slowly walk our hands toward our feet and come up into ragdoll. You can have a soft knee here. Soften your knees enough so that your chest can lie on top of your thighs. And you can shake it out. Yes, no. Left, right with your head. And release your hands. And slowly roll up one vertebra at a time into mountain pose. We're going to go through Sun Sao Series A. Bring your hands to prayer bar center. And inhale up to extended mountain. And exhale and fold forward. Inhale up, extend your spine, flat back. Fingertips are on your shins or on your floor. And exhale and fold. Hands to the floor, step back into plank. Lower your knees, chest, and chin. Untuck your toes. We're going to press up into baby cobra here. Press up. Try to not put too much weight into your hands. Good. And we're going to come back to down dog, how we came up. For tabletop. And press into down dog. Step forward to forward fold. Inhale and extend your spine long. Exhale and fold. And Inhale, up to extended mountain. Exhale and fold. Inhale and extend and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Step back into plank. This time we're going to lower into chaturanga, or if you want to go in to knees, chest, and chin, or you can meet us in down dog, whatever works for you today. So chaturanga, to up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. Step forward into fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. And inhale up to extended mountain. And fold. Inhale and extend and reach the crown of your head. Exhale and fold. Hands to the floor, step or jump back and go through your flow. Here you can either step up or jump up into fold. Inhale and extend. Exhale and fold. And inhale up to extended mountain. Come into chair, and we're going to hold here for a few breaths. Sink back into your heels, lengthen your spine. Separate your shoulders from your ears and sink down a little lower. And fold. Inhale and lengthen and extend the crown of your head. Exhale and fold, hands to the floor, jump or step, and go through your flow. And back to down dog. Step or jump, and fold. Inhale and lengthen, exhale and fold, and inhale into extended mountain, and sink back into chair. And exhale and fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Hands to the floor, step or jump, and go through your flow. And press back to down dog. From down dog here, we're going to roll forward into plank, keeping our shoulders wide, our core under control, our glutes tight, and pressing back to down dog. Rolling back into plank, we're going to do that a few times. Press back to down dog, roll into plank, press into down dog, roll into plank and hold, and we're going to slowly lower ourselves to the floor, nice and slow all the way down. And we're going to go into Sphinx. Elbows are under your shoulders here. Your hands are pressed into your mat. You're energetically pulling your hands towards you as you bring your chest forward. A few more breaths. And bring yourself down. Hands under your shoulders. We're going to go into cobra here as you press up, keeping your belly on the floor, pressing up. Legs are engaged behind you. And slowly lower down. Going into locust. Palms are facing floor, down, your arms are straight. You're raising your arms and your legs up. Try not to hyperextend your neck too much. And lift. With each exhale, try to reach up and come a little higher. Reach, 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 and lower down. Bend your knees and grab your ankles. Try not to let your legs go too wide, and we're going to come up to bow. So you're pressing up, pressing your shins towards the back of the room, lifting your chest, and breathe. Reach a little higher and lower to the floor. And come back one more time. And 1, 2, up and reach, reach, reach. And lower to the floor. We're coming up to plank. And pressing back to down dog. And press it out a little bit here. Lift your right leg up. You can bend your knee here and open up your hip. And coming back, bringing nose to knee. And pressing back, knee to your right elbow. And pressing back, knee to your left elbow. And press back, and knee to nose as you step forward and coming up to warrior one here. Your knee is trying to track over the center of your foot, and your back foot, left foot is at a 45-degree angle. And we're pressing into our warrior one. Trying to keep our left hip forward, shoulders away from your ears, engaging the back of that left foot into your mat. And take a few breaths here. And hands to the floor and going through your flow. You can chaturanga, you can lower knees, chest, chin, or meet us right here in down dog. Lift up your left leg and open your knee, bend your knee and open your hip a little. And bring it back to straight. Knee to nose and press back. Knee to left elbow and press back. Knee to right elbow and press back. Knee to nose as we bring our left foot forward and rise up into warrior one on the left side. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Pressing into your back right foot, sinking down, keeping your shoulders over your hips, taking a few breaths here, really feeling the pose. And hands to the floor, step back. Go through your flow. And lift your right leg back up. Knee to nose as you step forward and coming back to warrior one on the right side. And now we're coming into warrior two. Your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat, and your right heel is even with your left arch. Your knee is tracking over the center of your foot. Torso's upright. Eyes are gazing over your right fingertips, and we're sinking deeper into the pose. And curling your hands to the floor and stepping back and going through your flow. Or meeting us in down dog. And left leg up. Knee to nose as we step our left foot forward into warrior one. Feeling the outside of your right foot pressing into the mat. Your weight's distributed evenly between your front and back leg, trying to get that right hip forward. And coming into warrior two. Front heel aligned with your arch of your right foot. Knee over your center of your left foot. Torso is straight. And we're sinking in and down. And cartwheel your hands to the floor. And again, going through your flow. And pressing into down dog. We're going to go into that flow a little quicker and add on. Right leg up. Step forward into warrior one. Come into warrior two. Lower your back left hand and coming into peaceful warrior. Back to warrior two. And extended side angle. Your elbow can rest on your knee, or you can bring your hand down to the floor as you reach up and over, feeling that stretch in your left side body. As you breathe in, sending oxygen to your left side body as you reach. If you want to add a bind here, and open your heart. And coming out, back up to warrior two. And we're straightening our front leg. And we're coming into peaceful again. Bring our arms back to parallel to the floor. We're sliding our arms forward and sending our left hip back as we rotate our arms into triangle. Your right fingertips, if they're toward the floor, try not to put too much weight in them. They can be on your shin. And coming up, back to warrior two. And cartwheel your hands to the floor. And step back and go through your flow. And left leg up. Step forward into warrior one. Into warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Reach your left hand up and over. Coming back to warrior two. Extended side angle. Pressing up through warrior two, straightening your front leg, sending your right hand down the back of your thigh, and reach. Hands back to parallel to the floor. We're going into triangle. Slide your arms forward, send that right hip back, and rotate your arms. Inhale and lengthen your body, and exhale and twist. Coming back up through warrior two, and cartwheel your hands to the floor, and going through your flow. Pressing up, and exhaling back to down dog. And take a breath here. From down dog here, we're going to walk our feet forward and our hands back to meet. Come into a ragdoll. And as we slowly roll up one vertebra at a time into mountain pose. We're going to find some balance in our left leg right here. You're going to reach your right leg up with bent knee. You can either keep your knee bent and hold on to it as you extend out, or if you're feeling really bouncy, maybe on that. You can hold on to your big toe and extend your leg out straight. You can keep your left hand on your hip, or you can hold it out, and your gaze is trying to turn towards your left hand. And you're slowly coming back to center. And reaching your right leg back as you come into Warrior Three. Your foot is flexed, your hips are even. We're coming into balancing half moon. You can reach a block or your hand to the floor. As you open your hip, you're opening your right hip, you're keeping your foot flexed, your right arm is straight up, and you can reach your gaze toward the right side. Slowly bring your right hand down to the floor, and we're coming into a standing split. Reaching with a pointed toe or right leg up. And we're bending our left knee now, coming into a few curtsy squats. And pressing and reaching up. And pressing, straightening our left knee, reaching our right leg up. Pressing up. And one more time, pressing up. We're going back to our balancing half moon. And reaching back into our Warrior Three. Rising up with that knee, bring our leg forward. And extending it out. Slowly bending it and returning it to the floor. And shake it out a little bit, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So, balancing on your right foot, reaching your left leg up, keeping your knee bent or extending it out straight. I'm going to stick with straight. Balance is not happening today for me. I'm reaching, turning and rotating, extending my right hand, and trying to gaze over our right arm. And slowly coming back. We're going into Warrior Three. You can use airplane arms or keep your arms in prayer position as we press back into Warrior Three. And coming into balancing half moon. Again, you can use a block here where you can balance your hand in the air, or bring your fingertips to the floor. Reaching your left arm, flexing your left foot as you turn and open your hip. And bringing both hands down to the floor and coming into standing split. Reaching that left leg up. I forgot to say from before, you can grab your right hand behind your calf as you reach and extend that leg up. Bring your right hand back to the floor, and we're doing those 5 curtsy squats and pressing back into standing split. And one more time, pressing up. Keeping your right hand either on your block or on the mat. And coming into that Balancing half moon. Rotating that back and coming into warrior three. A little shaky. I'm going to reset. Slowly rising up with that bent knee and extend it out straight and hold. And come back down to mountain pose. Here from mountain pose, we're going to step our right leg back into high lunge or crescent lunge. I want you to come high on your back toes and walk your left foot forward a little more as you reach up. You're opening up that right front hip and you're really engaging that back leg. Reach out to prayer hands. We're going to rotate. Try to keep the openness in your chest here as you rotate. You're inhaling and lengthening your spine and exhaling and rotating. If you want to fly your arms, that's fine. And stay strong. And coming back through to high crescent lunge. We're rotating into Skandasana here. Reaching down, trying to keep your spine long, as low as you want to go, and coming back and rotating our back foot back into crescent lunge. We're going to do that a few times here. Skandasana, and rotate into crescent lunge. Back again, back to crescent, back to Skandasana, and back to crescent, and back to Skandasana. Raise up, we're keeping our legs as wide as this, and we're doing a wide legged fold here. Start with your hands on your hips, and you're coming down with a flat back. And when you get to that point where you can round your spine, you can bring your hands down to the floor or to the outside of your heels. And we're reaching as if our forehead wants to come to the edge of your mat. Bring your hands to the floor. Bring your left hand right under your face. Take your right arm, straight arm, and reach up and twist. We're inhaling and lengthening our spine, exhaling and twisting. Inhale and lengthen, exhale and twist. And switch sides. And coming back, walk your hands to the front of your mat, turning your toes, and we're stepping up into a Malasana squat. Try to keep your spine nice and long here. We're going to take a few breaths here. And we're raising up and we're going into Goddess. So we can take the side end of your mat or you can stay here. We're lowering down, keeping our torso straight. Our arms can be in cactus arms. We're trying not to stick our tailbone out, keep it tucked. And you can alternate lifting up your heels or raise them both up and hold. Bring your heels back down. We're going to bring our hands to the floor. We're going to come into crow right from here. So you're reaching your knees towards your armpits and holding. And either jump back or step back into plank and press up into down dog. And slowly walk your feet up to your hands and go back to mountain pose. This time we're starting with our left leg, pressing back into crescent lunge here. Coming high on your back toe. Reaching, maybe a little back bend. Hands to prayer, and you're rotating. You can fly your arms if you want, just trying to keep your chest open and not collapsing into the pose. Coming back up to high lunge here. And we're rotating your back foot and coming into Skandasana. Coming back into crescent lunge and Skandasana. Crescent lunge and Skandasana. Crescent lunge and Skandasana. We're opening up both legs here. You can do a bind here, or if you want to come into an inverted version of your choice, this would be a great time. So you can come down with your hands, lower to the floor, and slowly make your way into your invert version. And slowly come back if you're in your inversion to your wide leg. And slowly walk your hands to the front of the mat. Rotate your right foot. And we're stepping that left foot up into our Malasana squat. Trying to keep our spine long here. You can even have a block if you have a hard time staying in here. And rising up into our goddess pose. Again, tailbone is tucked. Again, you can alternate your heels here, or come up onto toes on both sides. And here we're again going into our crow. I don't have enough room. Bringing my hands to the floor, pressing my knees into my upper arms, and bouncing up into crow. Use your whole hand, your fingers are wide, and jump, or come back and meet us in a plank, and press back into down dog. From down dog, we're going to lift our right leg up. We're coming into pigeon pose here. Your right knee is going towards your right wrist, and your right foot is going towards your left wrist. Your back leg is extended long behind you, and this might be enough. But if you feel comfortable enough, let's slowly work our way down. You might need a block, or you can use a blanket under your right hip. And slowly, you can walk it down or stay wherever that comfortable point is for you. And slowly walk your hands up. Pause here for a second. And we're going to slowly lower our right hip to the floor. And we're going to bring our left foot up and around for a seated spinal twist. So you can either hold your leg right here, or you can reach your left arm back, reach your right arm up, and twist. So we're inhaling and lengthening our spine, and exhaling and twisting. Inhaling and lengthening, and exhaling and twisting. And come back out. We're going to switch sides for our spinal twist here. And again, you can just hold here, or you can reach your hand back, reach your arm up, and rotate. Inhale and lengthen, and exhale and twist. Inhale and lengthen, exhale and twist. And slowly release back out. We're going to press back up into down dog as we press our left leg up and come back into pit pigeon on the other side. Keep your leg nice and straight behind you, and pause here for a second and slowly lower. And slowly walk your arms up and lower your hip and bring your leg around. Taking your left leg, we're going to tuck it into our right inner right thigh. We're going to rotate our body toward our right leg, reach up and extend down over. You can use a block here if you want to get more extension, or use a strap. And you're reaching and extending. And take your right arm, bring it to the inside of your right leg, grab the inside of your foot or your heel, take your left arm, reach up and over. Try to open that left side body as you inhale, send air there and breathe in. And you can come down to your bind. And slowly release out. And we're going to switch sides. Your right foot's tucked into your left inner thigh. Rotating your hips toward that left leg and reaching. And letting our spine go into flexion here. And take your left arm, bring it to the inside of your right leg as you reach your right arm up and over. Trying to keep our heart open here, having your chest turned up toward the ceiling. And coming back out of it. We're going to do 2 straight legs wide. And think about moving the extra under your sits bones. And wherever you can go with this. Maybe it's the forearms, maybe you can reach down all the way. Slowly walk your hands back out. Bring your legs together and flex your feet. And try to keep a nice long spine. And slowly hinging at the hips. And when you get to that point where you've hinged at the hips as much as you can fold. And slowly walk back out of it. We're coming into boat. So many options with boat when you're extended. You can have bent knee, open arms. You can hold your knees. Or you can have straight legs and hold, or straight legs and open. So high boat here and low boat. So if you're doing low boat and then high boat like this, perfect too. Low boat and high boat. Low boat and high boat. Low boat and high boat. One more time. Low boat and high boat. And we're going to stay here for 5 slow breaths. And slowly lower to the floor. You can bring your knees into your chest here. We're going to raise our legs straight up. We're going to do some scissor kicks, sort of a Pilates exercise. Your head's off the ground. You're reaching your hands to wherever you can reach to. If it's your calves, that's fine. If you can reach to your ankles. And with each reach and pull, we take 2 exhales. And we switch sides. Five more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And bring your knees back in. And bring your feet to the floor with a bent knee. We're going into bridge. So your fingertips should just be grazing the back of your heels. And we're going to talk about that spinal articulation again. So as we tuck our tailbone, think about your lumbar spine slowly curling up, your thoracic spine, and you're coming into your full bridge here. So we're going to try to keep our hips as high as we can. If you want to use a block to squeeze here, that's great. And if you want to roll your shoulders in, bring your arms under your body and clasp your hands as you press your hips up. And release your arms and slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. So we're going to go into either wheel, or if you want to come into a second bridge, that's fine. So your hands are coming up, turning your wrists and your hands with your fingers pointed towards the foot part of your mat. And you're right outside of your ears. Your elbows are in, palms are down, and you're pressing up. You want to press up to your crown of your head to start, and then press up to full wheel. We're trying to get our arms as straight as we can. Pressing those hips up, straightening your arms, feeling weight throughout your hands and your feet. And when you're ready to come out, slowly tuck your chin and roll down. Bring your knees into your chest again. And we're going to come in to another inversion. If you did your headstand before, we're going to do a shoulder stand here. So you're rolling your hips towards your face. You're bringing your hands. Trying to keep your elbows as close in together as you can. Fingertips are kind of at your waistband. Fingertips aimed up, and hands are on your low back. And you're trying to come up into a nice straight shoulder stand. If your neck feels impinged, let's not go there at all. And you're reaching with straight toes, pressing up. And we're slowly lowering our legs, keeping them straight, coming into a plow. Releasing your hands to the floor. Lowering your spine. So when your tailbone hits, your legs are straight up. And we're going to come down slowly, 1/3 of the way. And make sure you have control of your low back here. And 2/3 of the way. And hovering off the floor. And lowering to the floor. And bring your knees back up, hug them in. Once you take your hips and shift them a little to your right as you lower your legs to your left side. Trying to keep your right shoulder on the floor here. Your arms can be extended out. If you want to take your left hand and keep your guide your right knee down. And your gaze is over your right hand. And we're trying to keep our spine long here as we twist. And slowly roll out, readjust, and you're shifting your hips to the left side as you drop your bent knees to the right. Try to keep your left shoulder on the floor and gaze over your right hand. And slowly roll up, hug your knees into your chest, and bring your hands through into happy baby. So you're holding the outside of your feet through the inside of your legs, and trying to press your sacrum down to the floor. And slowly release and come down into your final resting position. It can be bent angle, whatever's comfortable for you. or regular corpse pose. As we slowly come back to our breath, I want you to think about relaxing into the mat. Think about your feet relaxing, your ankles and your shins. Think about your knees relaxing, your thighs relaxing, your hips releasing and melting into the floor. Your belly and your rib cage, your shoulders, as all that tightness goes away, as you send good air in and let your shoulders melt into the floor. Feel the back of your neck release, your jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth and relax your mouth. Relax the crown of your head and give the weight of your head over. And just quiet your thoughts. I'm just going to read a poem I found. I am filled with positivity and gratitude for all that I have in my life. I choose to focus on the present moment and trust that everything is working out for my highest good. I have confidence and determination to achieve my dreams, and I trust that the universe is conspiring to help me succeed. Slowly start to awaken your fingers and your toes. You roll your neck, roll your head from side to side, and slowly roll to your favorite side. Take some breaths, and keeping your eyes closed, if you choose to, roll up to a comfortable seat again. Slowly lower your chin towards your chest and roll over to the right side and pause. Roll back to center and roll to the right side and back to center. And bring your hands to center, resting against your chest. And open your eyes and smile at your reflection. And may the light inside of me honor the light inside of you. Thanks so much for taking my class, and have a wonderful